Right, you're like,
He was working on somebody else Marshall's.
Well, if you can afford it.
You're on.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started.
Hope we can combat some of that.
The other ones will make it here when they make it. Thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed your sandwich and everything. And we're going to talk about all kinds of online training things. So that's our goal today. Now you got to know, as you all know, every day somebody searches for what you do or what you sell online. The yellow pages are dead, right? Everything goes online. Everybody, and I'm sure you're all aware of that. Here's some things I pulled up for Reno. These are some searches for Reno. If you type in dentist Reno, or 5,400 a month. This is a month in the United States.
A month? That's a month.
That's a month. This local means United States. It doesn't mean Reno. It means United States. Please turn off all cell phones. Annoyance devices. And here's a chiropractor Reno, 2,900 a month. And hair salon, about 1,600. So a lot of people here in our little valley are searching for what you do. Now occasionally you're going to run into something like it just says zip right here. It doesn't say anything like that. So what you can do is you can just take, what I do is I take like this 135 and I wipe out the 3 zeros. And so you don't have to put in Reno in there, but you can just put in the number. It's not exact. You see 5,400 versus 7,400. It's not quite the same, but it's close. So that'll give you an idea of how many people are searching for what you do. And you're doing this in the external keyword tool for Google. If you don't know where that is, you just type in external keyword.
So when you say local, is that Reno or nation?
The United States, America.
So why does it say local?
That's because the other one's global.
Oh,
Global
okay.
and local. Now, question, would you buy a product, service that has bad ratings, or do you?
No.
no, it depends.
Chances are.
That's
Depends on where you're looking and what has reviews.
Depends on.
Mr. Moron would.
So let's give you this situation. You've got two products, same, identical. One of them has 10 positive reviews, one of them has 3 positive reviews, and 1 negative review. Which one are you going to buy?
Positive.
What's the price?
Okay. So what we're talking about today is reputation that you have. This is the most important thing you have to market. And so we do reputation marketing. Lots of companies out there that promote reputation management. We don't do that because you don't make money in management, you make money by marketing. Management's a defensive position. Marketing's offensive. So when somebody tells you they do reputation management, they really don't know what they're talking about. So we do reputation marketing. It's very important. I'll show you how we do this. It is the most important way you can market your business. Okay, your reputation is everything. I hope you realize that, and I'm sure you do. And here's the thing, is Google has changed the world again. They're constantly doing something, and this is a major shift. When I learned about this, I jumped on this like crazy because people really need to see what's happening. I was telling John earlier, I developed a habit, started in 1990, that I researched stuff like crazy. My father was losing his business, I was trying to find something to replace it, and I got into this research mode that for 2 years I was trying to find a big digital printer. It didn't exist, but I spent 2 years and I finally found one. I became a pioneer in digital printing. So I ended up printing stuff for all kinds of companies. Apple, IBM, Walt Disney, Universal Studios, Calvin Klein, General Motors, the Olympics, 2 Super Bowls. I did a lot of big jobs for a lot of big companies. And but that research mode, I've never stopped. And there's the day go by that I don't research something about technology online. So when I found out about this, because of Google's changes, I thought people really didn't know about this. So here's the advantage, your competition really doesn't know about this yet. And so you're at a good spot to be, and so congratulations for me. You're going to be up, get a little boost for you there. Okay. If you type in, here's the game changer one, type in any company in the city. So give me a company. What's your company, Dennis?
Nevada Matters Media.
Nevada Matters Media. So you'd say Reno. That's a little hard. What's yours again?
Optimum
Nate.
Enterprises.
And Nate, what's your Western Trade Life?
Yep.
Okay. Paul's is Kempler Design. Kempler Design Reno. You'd find all kinds of things. Let me show you this example here. This is Absolute Dental Reno. And what you find is a terrible score.
Right.
Holy mackerel. That's a Zagat score. It's 5 out of 30. Really, really bad.
What does that
They're
mean?
all over. There's a whole list here I could show you of endless things about FSS.
Yeah,
What is the score?
This score it's a Zagat score that gives you, there's a bunch of different scoring systems out there. I don't want to get into too many complicated details. Just let you know that that's horrible. Okay, anything, you want a 30-30 score, not 5 out of 30. Okay, so they're getting plastered right now. If anybody's doing research on them, they're going to avoid this dentist like crazy because they're terrible, apparently, from all the reviews, right? Okay, so just beware, and I'll show you in a minute. We'll go online and try a couple things here and see what happens. Okay, number 2, customer reviews are a major factor in almost every type of online marketing. It's all changed. They're all over the place. Now you got reviews on everything. You've got them on the maps listings. You've got them on the ads. You've got them in the organic listings, local directories. They're all over the place.
Where do they come from?
Well, Google's been the big push for that, and so there's all kinds of review sites out there like Yelp and Merchant Circle and Manta and Kutsu and Super Pages and Yellow Pages and all these places, and they're all doing these reviews. And Google's made it now that the reviews become a major factor in how they rank your business.
What if
So-
they make a mistake? Can you call Google?
Yeah.
Can you Google Google?
We'll get, hopefully I'll deal with all the issues here
Okay.
coming up, but the only way, if you get negative reviews about you, you can fight them, because I get a lot of people tell me, oh, that's a competitor. That's not a real review, that's fake, that's phony, whatever, and then they ignore it. You can fight them to a degree, but the best thing is just get more reviews and bury them, put them down, so they get on another page, okay? All right, but that's the thing you gotta realize, they're all over the place, and they're getting more and more and more. All right? Number 3, SEO, social media, local marketing, pay-per-click, all this stuff, it doesn't matter anymore if you have a bad review. Because you've spent all this time, money, energy to get people to find you online. What do they find when they get there? 2 stars, or something. And that's like, you just spent all this money, you got wasted, just thrown right out the window. You shot yourself in the foot. So the first thing is reputation. You got to build your reputation first, and then market that reputation second. That's the order you have to go in. And again, this is all because of changes that's happened because of Google. Okay. They're always, I've studied. I have a master's degree in internet marketing, and when I first got into internet marketing, really, really heavy in 2004. And I jumped on all kinds of stuff. I bought all kinds of programs, all coaching things, all kinds of stuff, and I got fed a bunch of baloney, right? And I didn't know. I didn't know it was illegal to do this stuff. Not technically illegal, but unethical in terms of Google's eyes. And then I got so fed up with this that I decided if I'm spending all this money, I might as well get something with some numbers after my name, letters after my name. So I got a master's degree in it, and that completely changed my view of everything. Totally changed how I work on the internet. Totally changed the way I see it. And so now I look at all these things very, very carefully about how to do things. A lot of things in the past, they're not. Google changes because people are always trying to trick them. That's their whole goal. All right, I have a dentist friend of mine. I said, let me help you with your thing. Oh no, I'm good. I said, where are you? I said, I'm right on there on the top of page 1. I said, how did you get there? He goes, oh, I got this friend. And he's got this really cool program that tricks Google. I said, what? Oh, yeah. He's got this program where there's all these IP addresses all over the world, and he puts these links all over the place, and it tricks Google. I said, are you willing to risk your entire business on this strategy? No, they'll never figure it out, he said. I said, oh, no, they will figure it out. It's only a matter of when, not if they do. It was 2 months. He disappeared off page 1. And now he's doing pay-per-click ads because he can't get found again. So that's what happens. You can't trick Google. I don't ever try to do anything to trick them. It just doesn't work. All right. Number 4. Reviewers send you pre-qualified, pre-sold customers because buyers trust reviews. I'm going to show you a couple of statistics here that are amazing. They trust reviews as much as personal recommendations. You've all had referrals. People have given you referrals. You've given referrals to somebody, and we work very referral market. Watch these statistics. 72% of buyers trust reviews as much as personal recommendations. But this is from this guy from Bright Local. There's a ton of these studies. They're all the same, anywhere between 70 and 80%. Let me show you another one. This is, okay, pay real close attention. This is mind-blowing. This is a chart done by the Nielsen Corporation. Everybody's heard of Nielsen, major corporation, television advertising and things. Okay, they found that recommendations from people I know, they trust completely or somewhat 92% of the time. That's the way everybody in this room will believe 92% of whatever somebody else, our friends, tell us that we know, right? And then consumer opinions posted online, 70%. 70% of reviews posted online, they believe. I mean, that's astonishing to me, that number, because watch this. Editorial content, such as newspaper articles, they only believe 58%. Branded websites, you paid $1,500, $5,000 for a website, they'll only believe 58% of what's on there, or of them. Emails you sign up for, only 50%. Okay, so that means somebody signed up for your newsletter on your website. You're shipping these things out every month, every week, or whatever you got. Yet, they will believe an online review more than the email they signed up for from you. It's amazing. And these are, there are a bunch of these statistics. Ads on TV, 47%. Mobile phone ads, only 29%. I mean, I don't know about you. Somebody, okay, do I want to click on this? Most of the time I don't, right? Right, okay. So that's, what are you spending? Anybody willing to tell me what you're spending on advertising? You don't have to give me real numbers, fake numbers, whatever you want to do. Just something to give it some idea. Maybe a company how much they're spending on TV ads or whatever.
I do $4,800 a month.
With what? Radio, TV?
Radio, TV.
Okay. Anybody else?
Coupons and stuff.
Okay, coupons. So, 47% they'll trust this more than your TV ads. If you had a review online about your business, they'll believe that more than all the money you're spending on TV ad. Yes?
How about testimonials?
Well, that's what we're doing. That's what this is testimonials. Right here. Now, we're going to get into this whole reputation thing. That's about what we're doing.
But my question is, if he's spending $4,800 on television ads, he's reaching a different market than you are with online advertising.
Why?
Because not everyone's online. Not everyone's online all the time. People aren't online when they're watching television or TV news or whatever. So his $4,800 is reaching a different demographic than what you're reaching with your reputation.
TV and radio are awareness, branding type things.
Mm-hmm.
This is buying activity. Mm-hmm. They go online to research.
Yeah, but the statistics skewed in that regard.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I was in real estate before this, and they said that close to 90% of people had looked at homes online before they called the real estate agent.
Right.
Okay, I've got a whole bunch of stuff to go through. Let's keep going. Here, why is reputation vital to a business? All right. Consumers look to an average, they want to see 10 reviews before they make a decision. That's what they want. So they're going to look for a company, and they're going to look and see if there's reviews there. Right? They want 10. 70% of them, again, another close number, they will trust a business with a minimum of 6 to 10 reviews. That's, you got to have that. Paul has 14 really, really good ones. I'll show you in a minute. Okay? Without 5-star reviews, actually, let me rephrase that. Without 10 5-star reviews, your business is not viewed as credible or trusted. So if you go in there and there's no reviews, it doesn't help you. They're researching. They're looking for somebody that's been got a track record, it proves it, it's behind their word, and does what they say. Okay, so that's what we do with reputation marketing here. We wanna position yourself as a market leader in front of thousands of buyers with a 5-star reputation. That's the goal of this whole thing. Can you all see, does that make sense? Can you see that you would make more sales if you had a bunch of 5-star reviews? Anybody disagree with that? Yes, Paul.
Can I tell a really quick story
Sure.
that shows that point? I had a guy, it was the worst follow-up on my part ever. Guy called up, had seen my reviews online, wanted to use me. Called up, I lost his phone number. Called again, I was on a golf course when he called, I was on vacation. Wrote his number down on the card, threw it away. Third time calls back and says, you know, what's going on? I said, I'm really, really sorry. He goes, well, we saw your reviews online and we want to work with you. They didn't talk to anybody else. It was all just strict, like you were saying, it's all done based on what we had presented through the reviews online.
Perfect. Thank you. All right.
And I didn't deserve it after. That's true.
You're right, you did.
He must have really trusted you.
Out golfing? What do you want? You're bugging me.
Yeah. Lord.
All right, let's talk about how we create this 5-star trip. All right. Okay, do you know your reputation online? Does anybody know what you got?
Yeah, we can look at it. Can we look at mine?
Yeah, we're looking at
There you go.
all right. I offer a program that, if you want to write this down, greatreputation.info. Greatreputation.info. And that will give you,
Okay.
that'll pull out a report. Now, that'll do the, I'm gonna give you that. That'll work for now.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've done some reviews of this. This is not one here. These things change all the time.
Wow.
I pulled it up on one of the local casinos. 815 negative reviews. 815. They were so mad at this local casino. Now I just checked it about a month later, or 2 months later, because I sent them a report. You guys really got the review? So they've been on it. Now it's down to 225. So I'm working on it. Anyway, now this report will also give you a bunch of information about your listings, sites that are review sites, listing sites, whether they've been claimed or not. It's very important to have these things claimed, and we can help you with that if you need that. But it'll just give you an idea of where you stand with those. Okay. Now, okay, so there's 4 types of reputation online when you get there. First is a bad reputation, like Absolute Dental. You definitely don't want that. That's not going to help you at all. Second one is no reputation. It's not as bad as a bad reputation, but it isn't helping you. It's still bad because it doesn't, you don't have any credibility or trust. Another one is a good reputation. You got 8 good reviews and 2 bad ones. I mean, it's better, but what are the first thing people look at? They look at the bad ones, right? Ooh, wow, let me read that one. Read some scathing review. And, I mean, they get really, holy cow, they really get mad sometimes, right? I hope you've read some of those. Pretty funny. And then the 5-star. That's what we're shooting for, is 5-star reputation. Because that's where you want to be. So here's the strategy, how we do that. One is develop a 5-star reputation, obviously. We're doing that. We're going to do this through all kinds of different methods. I'll show you how. Then we want to market that. We want to tell everybody we have a 5-star reputation. We don't want to just let it sit there. We want to promote it. We want to market that. Okay? Then we want to manage that reputation. I mean, let's face it, you are one customer away from a bad review online. Bad reputation. One. And I'm here to tell you, nobody's perfect. You can't always have a perfect day. Some of you have employees that don't always have a perfect day, right? And they may do something stupid for your customer. So you've got to constantly manage that and watch that. You can't just let it sit. You can't go out and get 10 5-star reviews and then leave it alone, because it doesn't work that way. You're gonna have more things happen down the road. Then we want to create a reputation marketing culture in your whole business. We want everybody in the business to be on board with this and moving them in the right direction. Okay? So, here's, talk about developing 5-star. Here's a couple ways we do this. One is postcards. We send out postcards to customers and things like that. We have them go out and we have this little thing right here. In fact, here's one. I created a little sample one for you. This could be a postcard. I just made this quick little one for Paul Kempler here, and we have a little QR code on there, and it'll do something. I'll show you in a second what it does. But it could be anything. It could be a postcard. It could be an email. I mean, it could be a letter, a poster, a billboard, anything. You can use these QR codes to try to get it. Okay, that's one. They're very specifically worded how we do them. Another one is business cards. Now, like every employee that has interaction with customers, you want to have them have a business card. And we want to track every employee. If all of a sudden, you know, Reed's doing really good with 98% of his customers, but Johnny here, like 5%.
Poor job.
Lazy. So we want to track them. And we could track departments, we track locations. If you have multiple locations, we track all that and make sure that everything's going that way. All right, email. Email still works with the reputation. We have especially worded emails to kind of generate reviews for people. Lots more. Let me show you this one right here. This one is a program that comes with an iPad. There's Paul right there. Let me show you what I'm seeing here. This is what I'm seeing right here. It's the same thing. Okay. So what happens is, suppose you have an office or whatever. Even if you go outside, you can still do this. You can say, you know, how did we do today? Would you let me know how you did? And you can give them that, and then go fill up your truck or whatever you got to do, and something like that. Okay. So you give them that, and then they just click on that, and it pops up. You say, you know, we can change these sentences to be whatever you wish, but did we meet your expectations? Oh, yes, we're really good. Overall performance, yeah, that's pretty good. Recommend us? No way. You know, whatever. Okay. Now I want you to understand there are two different directions that what's going to happen here, and it's all on the 3-star line. Anything that's 3 stars and below is considered negative, so it's going to go this path. Anything 4 stars and above is going to go that path. They're very different paths. Okay, but watch what happens. So I say, no, I wouldn't recommend Paul to anybody. Forget it. No way. So I'll say, would you tell us what happened? So you could put your name in here, and you could fill out the email and everything. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Watch me. Paul, you got your phone on?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to say, not very well groomed for the day. Forgot to
You guys should have chosen a different time.
All right, whatever. I forgot where you're going. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll say next. Dean. Okay, this just deemed. Now, if you're in an office, like a dentist, a chiropractor, something like that, that lets the whole office know somebody wasn't happy. The purpose of this is to solve the problem before they go out the door, jump on Yelp, and tell the whole world. Now, listen, I'm really sorry. I'll wear deodorant next time. Something, so it gives you a chance to deal with the problem before they leave the door. Okay? That's the purpose of this system. The number one goal is to solve it before it becomes. I mean, okay. What's the rule? If you had a good experience, you'll tell how many friends?
10.
Good.
If you had a bad experience, you'll tell how many?
Everybody.
Yeah. You know the ratio. You'll tell a couple of people you had a good experience. If you had a bad experience, oh man, the whole world's got to know about this, right? That's what
Just
happens.
had that
there.
yesterday
Yeah.
in Carl's.
Yeah.
In Carson, getting a burger. This one guy says, "Do you eat here much?" And I said, "No." I said, "This will be the last time." This other guy goes, "Yeah, me too. It's not the same Carl's." And one guy said, "Yeah, they changed hands."
Okay. Did you get?
I
Okay,
did.
You got a text message,
I
right?
did. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
NRE alert.
Negative review engagement. By the way, that's what that means.
Kelly just recorded a negative experience. You can contact them at, and your phone number is given. Here's what they wrote. I can't repeat that. Yeah, so it all comes right through.
Right.
And then I can respond to it.
And so, like, what we do is like, again, a doctor, sometimes doctors don't know that their staff out front is complaining.
Right.
They've got a whole different mindset. You know, they just wanna get home and get to their kid, whatever, and they treat people lousy. You give me that credit card or what? You know, it's pretty funny. So,
And where would they be filling that out?
on this case, you would have an iPad in your office or something. Or you can give it to them if you go out, whatever. This is one way.
Right,
I
but
have
let's say
three-
you have a restaurant, I don't.
Perfect. This will be right at the front desk.
Mhm.
While they're paying their bill, you can do that. You can have a poster at the front desk of the restaurant, and they can do that.
So in this case, would they scan the QR code
They
and
would-
they'd
they would do
automatically
that.
pop up to the survey for you?
So I could take this, I
That's
hit my little
actually
QR
really handy.
button right here, and I put it up here to the screen, and scan. Right here to the screen, I just take the little phone, and poof, and it will send me. You can't see this very well; I can't show the same way.
Right.
So it send me to a page, and there it is. Kempler Design, got the logo in here, everything's here, and you just say continue. So you continue,
Okay.
and say,
You idiot.
did we meet your expectations? Sure, continue. Okay, it's the same process, okay, I'm just want to show you, it's the same way. So that's how that works. Now, let's suppose that they really loved Paul, who's just the most fantastic guy on the planet. They say, okay, sure, oh, you bet, I'll do everything. So now they say, all this stuff, so I gotta do this again. My name in there again.
Is it just me or is this scenario better?
Quiet on the golf course.
Really liked your tie with the.
Yeah.
And your pants and your shoes.
Yeah, it
You
might
see
be
why
a-
you're in right now.
I think I just did this in a business in New Orleans, and
Did you?
they had a drawing. If you filled it out, you had a chance for a drawing for.
Yes.
That's
to go to
exactly
Super
what this
Bowl
one-
in New Orleans, so I did it.
That's exactly what this says too, except you get a free blind cleaning.
Okay, here's what happens with this. I left positive review. Okay, ready? So I hit next. I certify that this testimony is written under my own free will. Rarely see it. I'll read it for you. Was not coerced in any way. I hereby authorize its use by this business. We've got a track record of them saying you can use this testimony. Okay. So I say, oh, sure. You can say no. So I say, yeah, I can use it. So it saves it there now. Would you like to post this on Facebook? I say, sure. So I'll go in and I'll sign in on my Facebook account and I'll leave a review on my Facebook account about Paul. Okay? Now an interesting thing happens. I think I can show this here. I don't want to sign in here, take too long. And
Will that link to my business page?
what it'll do, yes, it'll have a thing about you in there and it'll link back to you. Correct. We're mostly talking about you. And email here. I should have gotten an email. This is all you guys. No, this is somebody else. See if I get one in here. There we go. Thanks for testimonial. See now, I get this email here. Automatic. I don't have to do anything. Comes in. Thanks for visiting us today. We appreciate your kind testimonial. Blah blah blah. Now, would you? Here's what you said earlier today. I said, fantastic guy. You know, would you mind putting a review on one of these other sites for us? And I can say, and there's always 3 at the bottom. We rotate them among 28 different directories. So I'll just say, oh sure, I don't mind at all. I'll just click on that. I'll go to Yelp, and it will open up his Yelp page. And now I can leave testimony right there. Now, not everybody's going to do that. Understand? But you understand. I want you to really understand what just happened. These people, when they get home, they get this email. They click on it. It goes to their, they click on it, go to Yelp's page, and they can leave a review. They've done it from their own computer at home. It doesn't break the terms of service with Google, Yelp, any of these places. It's doing it from their IP address at their computer at home. So what do most people do? They want positive reviews. They get all their friends. Oh, would you guys leave us a bunch of reviews? Get their family. Get their coworkers. No, that breaks the terms of service. You can't do that. And they're finding about these things in a bunch of different ways. They have software and programs that'll analyze, multiple reports to the same IP address. No, done. I've had companies tell me they had to send a note out to their friends. Oh, would you mind giving us a testimonial and tell your friends about it? Well, they told their friends. 25 people put reviews on in one day. Yelp delisted it. Wiped out. Said, you're doing something wrong. We don't like that. They were all real, but they didn't like it. It's too many at once. So they're real picky about these reviews. So anyway, that gives you that idea. And again, the same thing with this.
Well, how do you, I get on I get 7 letters, average 7 letters a week of complimenting our technicians.
Okay.
So can we use that in some way too?
There is a couple ways.
How do you do that?
But you can't post it on Yelp. You can't take their review and post this on Yelp. You can post it on your own website.
Oh.
But this, now, what I
You
didn't
can
explain also.
scan it or something?
Yeah, you
Scan
can do
it?
that. Scan it, put it in. But with this system here, remember, it gets sent the email back to them. Now you automatically also on your web page, on your website, that testimonial can show up automatically and on your own Facebook page as a business. So that's how this works. It's all automatic. You don't have to do anything for it. Yeah.
The one issue that I have run into a lot when doing these things is this is growing, like you know, this is a new field, and so many of the people that are doing the reviews don't have accounts with these companies.
Right.
And so that's an issue.
Yeah,
If they're posting their first review about
Yeah.
you, it doesn't, I have had, like I'm looking it up there right now, and it says 1 review. I've had many Yelp reviews, and they keep pushing them down, so it's really frustrating.
It is. Yelp is the National Enquirer of review sites. Yeah, just to warn you.
Easy way to put it.
And I have a pizza company. He is so mad. He says they deleted 39 reviews. They were all people that put him in, and then he called them, just fuming mad. He goes, why are you taking these off? These are real. These are. He says, well, if you pay us $500 a month, we'll deal with that. He
Yeah,
goes,
they're willing
I'm
to-
not doing that. This is New York mafia type stuff. No, it's just business.
No, it's just $500 more.
But yet, how many bad reviews do they leave out?
And they'll leave the bad ones.
Right.
Oh,
Marty's
they
a
love the
lot
bad
more.
ones. That happened to
I
a client
know.
of mine too, where they,
Yeah.
again, tried to extort $500 a month out of her in order to let her good reviews appear.
Yeah, it's crazy. So what we do, we don't just depend on Yelp. We got 28 different directories, and so they see all these reviews out there all over the place. Google does, and then that's how they help rank your business.
So where do you give a bad review on Yelp? You know, you go to Google and say 1 star for Yelp.
Oh, Yelp will pay they're gonna be facing the piper soon enough. They're gonna have to deal with it probably federally or something.
There has to be something illegal about that. I mean,
There's
besides
so many
bullying and extortion and everything
Right,
else that
right.
come to mind,
It's terrible.
I'm thinking that why even go through Yelp at all?
Yeah. FTC.
It's crazy.
Because if you do what they're doing, okay, you want to extort me for money, okay, I won't use you anymore, and that, like I said, tell 10 other people, they won't use them either, so then they're not getting business. Yeah, there has to be a way
Yelp,
to say
unfortunately,
that.
Yelp just got promoted by Apple.
Oh, that
It's
figures.
not good. So anyway, okay. Now here's the thing. Also,
They
we'll
have to pay their $500.
send. We have a couple of different ways. One of them is we'll also create a private review page on your website. Doesn't matter what kind of website you got, we'll put a private review page on there, and then these things can go to that. They can fill it out on the review page. They can leave any kind of review they want, and then we have a way. We're only going to show the most important one, the good ones, but they think they've left a bad one, and it'll hide somewhere. It just won't show up, right? And they've vented their feelings, and they've said, okay, I'm done. And it's not visible to anybody. That's one that's a little tricky, but that's what we do. There is a posting strategy to all of this. There's a very clear pattern to how to do this. Now, you're a bunch of people are looking at your phones. Make sure are you checking this out or something?
I'm taking notes with my phone.
Okay.
So yeah. I'm sorry.
They're already checking, they got them
I know
scared.
they're on.
Oh,
your
what's
review
going
list.
on there?
That's right. Okay.
We're reviewing you.
That's right.
I'm in trouble then.
Well, you are going to get a thing from Eventbrite. This is the first time I've used Eventbrite, which I love that program, by the way. That was amazing. It has everything in the world.
Yeah, I've used them. I'd like
Love it.
their by far the best brand.
What
That's
is it?
fantastic.
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
That's what.
And I'm gonna send out a thing, so I want a review from you guys about how this is, and hope, we'll come on, I'll get the report on that.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, here's the thing, businesses, you can't post reviews, like I mentioned, you can't just go out and Yelp, type those things, somebody sends you and promote it, they won't accept it. They have the algorithms, filters, they go through it all, this is a little bit, I told you I don't break the rules here. But we do have a little proprietary software, system I should say, that we can post them, when they fill them out through the system, that they can come in. It doesn't, we're not breaking any terms of service, it's a little on the gray side, if you will, but it's there. Okay. Now, we wanna market that reputation. Video review marketing, you do videos. Yeah, you do videos. And creation of videos of somebody give a testimonial. We only want like 30, 45 seconds, that's it. We don't want a big 5-minute, 10-minute story about how I was so desperate and blah, blah, blah. No, we have just 30 to 45 seconds. Video testimonials are powerful. And we have a whole system of how to do them, how to create them. And it's called the 4W process. But we go in, we film whatever you want, we create these testimonials for you. And they're really good.
How many you usually do?
Well, it just depends on the budget, whatever budget you have. We want to do them as often as you want.
Why is all the testimonials you'll see, it'll say something nice, then by Tom S. And anytime I see that, I don't believe that testimonial at all.
Mostly it's privacy issues.
Yeah.
They'll be glad to give something, but they don't want them to go hunt them down somewhere and find them. It's actually a good strategy. I would believe them anyway. It's protecting the people.
I just think it's them making the people up.
No, not for videos.
Yeah,
I guess I'm on the 8% of that 8% of that side.
Then website marketing. You want to have those reviews show up on your website. That's it's very critical. Don't just have a website sitting out there with nothing happening. You want, when they get there, they want to see something about your business. They want to see what people said about it. It should be right on the front page. And with this whole system, we have them where they automatically show up. Any new ones coming out, any ones out there, they show up. Alright, social media, everybody's got a Facebook account, correct? Does anybody not have a Facebook account in this room? So, the maps marketing, the little map section on Google? You want to make sure that's in there. You want to have those 5 stars in that maps. Alright. Some of you are getting a little bit glassy-eyed here. Maybe it's like we've gone too much here. So, yes, Virgil?
Do you do any SMS marketing?
Text messaging thing?
Yeah, text messaging. Because that is becoming the hottest phase of where there's programs out there right now where, let's say I have a round table, and every time you drive by my round table, it'll text you a coupon.
Yep. It's a powerful strategy. It's good.
And
that's a little different than what I'm talking about here.
What?
That's different than what I'm talking about here.
But do you have
I don't do that right now. Yes,
Just real quick, social media marketing, you said Facebook. I stopped using Facebook because there's companies that would you can hire, and they can just say, "Oh, we like you," without knowing what your product is.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's like you got kids who are just liking everything, so you don't have a real projection of what your business is bringing in because they're just liking stuff.
Well, the other bad news is my wife. I got my wife is on the account, and lo and behold, my picture shows up saying I liked something. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Facebook is starting to filter too the number and percentage of your likes it see per item.
Yeah.
So Google Plus is not filtering at this point. I don't know how much you're using Google Plus.
And with
Google
Facebook, if you promote something, they'll send it out to a certain amount of people or something like that. And for example, just real quick, I had promoted something around 10 o'clock. And so much money was spent for that day. Because it was at the end of that day, 2 hours before the end of that day, they just pushed through there, and all of a sudden, it's like, all my money for that day is gone within 2 hours.
There's all kinds of things.
But what can you do about that?
I don't know.
Okay, I didn't have a point.
Another one, email. You can send out emails about your company. Now, sales marketing. Now, you brought the perfect example. Sometimes when you're in a sales situation, you gotta try to close something, and if you can just, and we had a customer in a similar situation. Here's what they said. You pull up these testimonials and show them. They just become really powerful in a lot of different ways, and that's part of this whole, marketing your product notification. You want to do that. Okay, and you want to manage it again. Some people like to use Google Alerts. It will not do anything for helping your reputation. You can't do it. Extremely rarely that it'll work at all. Turn off your phones. And so we have a system where we go through and we daily monitor every single day, every 6 hours, every review site that you're on. And if there's something out there, you're going to get a message. Yeah.
Kelly, I've got in my inbox right now something from LinkedIn that they're offering me something in terms of advertising. And Johnny, I was thinking that it might be something that we could channel into. Are you familiar with LinkedIn's limitations, or will they, sure enough, allow me to promote something that can reach the masses?
Oh, absolutely. They're whatever money you got, I'll take it.
LinkedIn is great because you can really specify it down. Like we have a specialized computer we build that's just it's specifically made for radiology diagnosticians. So it's made to render rapidly the images for the doctor who's trying to read a diagnostic x-ray or CT scan or whatever. And I was able to market that, and you can market it so specifically worldwide in the country to radiologists, people who spec themselves out that way, that I really like the way LinkedIn does it.
That's great. Great. There's another one. We'll also give you bi-weekly reporting about all the things that happen out there, so you know what's going on. Do the review alerts, again, positive or negative, you're going to get them every day.
It seems to me that Facebook is so much more social media, whereas LinkedIn is so much more business media.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That's how it's designed. All right. And again, I mentioned before, location-based. If you have multiple locations or multiple offices, or even multiple rooms in a building, you do them by room, because sometimes you'll find out that there's one person there is causing all the problem. You find that out. Okay. And you want to continue to grow. Nobody wants to see a review that's 2 years old or 6 months old. They want to see new. You got to keep them coming in. They want fresh. They want new stuff. Google's rule is 3 things: recency, frequency, and positivity. That's are the 3 things they're looking for: how recent they are, how positive they are, and how frequent, how often do they happen. That's their rule. Again, posting reviews can't be done by an individual, and we want to manage it. We only want to show the 5 stars, right? And so we just turn that on and make sure that only our team only posts the 5-star ones, not anything else. All right. Try to get through the rest of this here. Now, you expect your staff, right, to give first-class 5-star reputation, right? You want to do it. Everybody does. So let me ask you a question. What is your plan to give your staff the first-class service? How are you going to train them? What are you going to do to teach them this?
Daily. I do it daily. Daily. Remind people daily.
Okay.
Signs in the shop daily.
Okay.
And I'd correct the typo on my screen too.
I'm looking. So where is it?
Service to
your customers. Oh, sorry. We're not all perfect.
That's my expert proofreading.
That's right. So here's another thing I want to offer is we have the plans. We have a personalized training center that's all video based. Every person that you want has their own program. They'll be able to type it in. They'll watch these videos, and they'll be tested. They get a report, and if they mess up, they can take it again. But it takes the burden off of you trying to have to figure out how you're going to train everybody. You got new people coming in. Now with this system, it allows them to view it and review it and use it. So part of this. Now, nobody's doing that. It's very important because, you know, it's one thing to have a system, but if you want a training system, that's as important as anything to do that. Alright, reputation's everything, as mentioned. It's an important thing, so everyone needs a strategy. So, all I wanna do is, I wasn't here to sell you anything, I just demonstrate a couple of different things, and I'd like to give you, whoever wishes to, wanna have a proposal, give you a proposal for, just pass one down. If you have something you wanna do, just fill this out, and I'll bring you a personalized proposal of how, something will work for you. Because I've got a bunch of different ways to do this, and some work better than others in different situations. So, there's 3 pages on there, 3 things on there, just fill them out, and if you wish for your business. Alright, now we can go to question and answer. I think I'm here. Yeah, okay, give me your questions. I get a glass of water, hold on.
Been blabbing too much.
I haven't. Now you're all quiet?
You put us to work.
Studying.
So
What?
what are the price ranges? I'm sure it depends on how big your
It
company is.
depends on what you
how many
want.
employees, and
There's a whole bunch of different factors, yes,
Yeah.
multiple locations and things like that, that's right, I'll tell you prices if you want, but I want it to target something specifically to you, because it's not,
Better just figure out a proposal.
yeah, I'd rather give you a proposal because it's,
Better.
that's really better. Yes?
So, how about, any hard, track record data on optimizing reputation relative to increased earnings?
Say that one more time.
Any track record data on the link between an optimized internet reputation
I actually
and
don't know the
increased
answer to that
earnings?
question. I don't know.
Is it too new to know?
Basically saying, what's your return on investment?
Yeah, that would be a good
Don't
one.
know. Yes, Paul?
I can address it, I can't give you an actual number, but, I was looking at all my invoices for the year, I was trying to decide whether to do Yellow Pages again, and this is the first year that I've never done Yellow Pages, cause I was flipping through my, invoices, and it's along the same line, some of it was, from online, and some of it was direct referral, but I'm gonna call it all referral based, and it was referral, 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 internet, referral, Yellow Pages. So
Well,
it's all
and
part of
because-
that same. It's all part of that same thing. So that's really where my business is directed, is towards getting people to get. I ask every single client to give me testimonials, and I do video testimonials too that I post on my website, just so that they're there. So this is the same stuff you're talking about. But I think it's super important because given the change in the economy and how people are functioning, this is the stuff that is making the difference.
So you're not doing the Yellow Pages anymore? I can't remember the last time I looked in the Yellow Pages.
Well, it's primarily the older clientele, but even the older clientele is now using they've got an iPad or a smartphone. If I want to search for something, I can say, find whatever. I don't even type it anymore.
Here's one, like, people search like, there's patio cover, some of my customers.
It depends
Of course,
on.
it depends on the size.
Yeah, it depends on a lot.
Here's, this is,
The covers are a heck of a lot more, but,
I typed in patio covers Reno, here's my customer right here. He's number one, these are ads, these are all through ads. So he's number one user.
So how do you go
Now,
to
does
find
he
the
have
stores?
reviews? What about his reviews?
No, I just barely got him started, calling him up and running.
How do you find people's scores?
The score,
Like right at the beginning, you said
you go to
typed
that
someone's
website I told
address.
you about?
Event.
But even if, no, I think he means like if you're just doing a regular search where people see them,
They're
instead
in the
of
stars.
finding that, just search for
Oh, okay.
anything like Google Places or whatever.
No, I'm talking about, you showed a company that had 5 out of 30.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
If you just
So-
search,
That's what we're talking about. If
You
do
put in the
any
company
Google
name.
search,
Right, I've
Type
never
in-
seen that though.
do you have a
Okay, add,
smartphone?
here, just
Put
the
in a
company name.
restaurant in town.
Sure, which one?
Scampy.
Scampy?
If you
There you
do
go.
just
That
general,
was quick.
those will all show up.
And I just had a
Or maybe I just
great
never
New
noticed
Year's
it
Eve
there.
You
dinner
probably
experience.
never noticed.
Did you review it though?
Just search
I actually gave a testimonial on the radio.
Oh, nice.
On our live program.
Scampy restaurant. Okay, here's Scampy.
There's
Right over
Scampy,
here.
where-
We got one Google review here. We can look at it in a second. We'll go down here first.
All yours.
We got 3.5 stars in Yelp. 4 stars on TripAdvisor. Is that what you're looking for, Virgil?
No, you said the 5 out of 30 that you were talking
Oh.
about is,
Let's go
That's
here.
there.
it's under Google reviews?
Yeah, that's a Google score.
Okay. And
It's
then,
actually Zagat, but it's, this one didn't show.
No
this is-
score yet.
No score yet, because they only have one.
Yeah.
okay.
Not
Let's
enough.
pick an older restaurant in town,
I
that's
didn't know
really
how to do
new.
a Google review.
What's
on
that?
it.
Oh no, try
Here.
Pinocchio's.
So you
Yeah.
just could, how do you know how Google does it?
Now notice this. See these numbers here? All these things? What this is doing
But they also get.
is giving you options.
If you
This is what
look
other
at
people have typed in
Right.
in the past. So they wanna do this, they wanna see what the menu is, they wanna do, you know, whatever, so I can just pick
So
one
it's
of
right
those.
there, 23 out of 30 is the score.
Where, okay.
There's 23 or 30, correct.
Yelp is a 3.5.
And they have 13 reviews.
Yep, that's three
Out
and
of
a half.
5.
Here's another,
Oh,
another
here's the
Yelp, this is
second one.
Sparks one, this is Reno. Sparks one's only three stars.
I agree.
There's 14 reviews there.
Just real quick,
See, Kemper was-
you want to ask questions, so.
Yeah.
Since I'm a novice with computers,
I
so I
know.
already
See,
proved
I
that.
didn't know he was doing that.
I was just wondering about when you market, whether it's on TV, whether it's radio, whether it's social media, would it all depend on your demographic? Because if I'm targeting teenagers or mothers or older people to go to my store or my bar or to my restaurant or my clothing
Categorize.
store, you know, where would I put that? If I wouldn't put that on TV or commercials because a lot of teenagers don't watch commercials, especially with DVR. You pass right through them. So that'd be not worth it, wouldn't it?
To put them on TV.
Yeah, TV commercial ads.
Every medium of advertising has a very kind of specific, you know, way and demographic, and every show has its own demographic. You know, it's amazing how many, like with the politics last year, how many Republicans watch this show versus Democrats watch this show. It's amazing.
Well, I was featured on Channel 2 twice, Channel 4 and Channel 8. A lot of the older people saw it, but they don't have smartphones. A lot of the people that need it, like high school, college, people that work in the waitress or hospital or
Right.
work late at night, that's out and about shopping, they didn't see it.
Yeah, well, that happens, yeah.
So
if
how do I
you-
reach those
you get
people?
channel 8 for the video, and then you put that in on, make sure it's on YouTube, and then make sure that it's on your website, that interview. You start, on the Facebook, you post it into Facebook.
Did all that.
Okay, that's how you can get it so that particular interview is seen by more demographics.
And then we have a whole marketing campaign of how to get your site, like I mentioned before, getting the one, get you ranked and then drive people there. We have lots of ways to do that. I didn't talk really much about that at all. I only talked about the reputation first, because like I showed you, I can get you found. That's not the problem. I can do that. It's the problem is when they get there. What do they find? So the reputation first, then, I'll market the heck out of your business if you want. No problem. We can get you found in any demographic you want. And so we just have to know what you want to do. But this is, the purpose of this today was explain the reputation side of things. But
So we don't pay you $500 to do it.
To get out and yell.
Any other questions? All right, has this been helpful to you?
Oh, yeah.
Informative, very
Good.
Okay. And, anything I didn't answer, anything we should have covered? Anything I said I was gonna cover and I didn't?
Well, there's one, actually, I think Johnny was alluding to it, as far as targeting specific demographics of the population. I'm not really sure, I don't see how all the internet marketing can do that as effectively as, let's say for instance, radio programs that address particular content that you know, you can anticipate what listeners are going to be listening to that versus that program versus that program.
Yeah. Well, radio and TV, newspaper, they all have a place. I'm not discounting any of them. But you notice that every radio ad, every TV ad, every newspaper ad sends them to a website, because that's where conversions take place. Because people want to research. They're going to research. We're going to find out about a company. And so radio and TV are brilliant for awareness, branding, getting people, oh, can you think about that? Or they're driving, they can't be texting when they shouldn't be. They could be online while they're driving, but if they listen to radio, and so they're very good at making people aware of issues. But people are going to go online and research that issue. It's like 87%, I think that's the number. People go online before they go make a purchase. They want to know about the business, they want to know about the product. And they're going to find that out. So they'll like it. And a lot of times they won't remember the domain name that you gave them on the radio. They won't remember, what was that? It's like they'll repeat the phone number 4 times, 888-164-518, and you can't remember it. Let's see, they were talking about, so they type in the phrase, some keywords that they were thinking. That's what they do that all the time. So so the internet is where conversion takes place. Radio, TV are great for awareness and getting people there to think about it. That's in fact, in my opinion, that's the best use of those to get people to think about it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll offer that as the National Director of Sales Optimization for Nevada Matters Media. If you want to get your branding done over the radio, talk with me. We
You'll
produce
notice-
31 different programs.
Notice right here, Internet Marketing Reno, I am number 1. These are ads, these are all 3 ads.
You tricked Google.
I did not.
You did it the old-fashioned way.
I did it the
Right way.
old-fashioned way. You can't, this light stuff, you can't see the yellow thing. This is a yellow box right around it. That's an ad.
Oh,
These are
yeah.
ads.
Yeah.
And there's me, sorry, right here. This is me right here, I'm number 1. And then, so I know how to do this. I know how to get the marketing side. If you want to do the whole maps listing and all that stuff, I know how to do that. But my purpose here today was to explain the reputation. I didn't want to do the whole SEO stuff.
So what are all the facets of your business? That what profile are you looking for a client?
For me, most of my customers are small to medium businesses. Most large businesses have their own marketing departments.
Oh, yeah.
Things.
Pennsylvania or
Yeah,
New York.
something.
And then what will you're going to say you're going to create them a website, or you're going to use their website, you're going to optimize their website?
Here's my past history. Almost all websites are junk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just be
yeah.
frank. They're almost all are terribly done. They don't. Marcia? Yeah, hers is good. She's got a nice website. Westward Strategy. I think that's these guys right here, right? They designed it for you. They did a nice job.
No, Westward Strategies.
Is that who you said?
Yeah, that's them.
It's them right there.
Yeah. I
They did
can't
a nice
read it
job.
From here, sorry.
She's got a nice
So a
site.
lot of them, you try to click on stuff and you just go to blind corners and you
Oh,
go
I
to
know.
something.
It's crazy.
I tried to find the seat for my 52 Studebaker. And you go to the deal and you click, nothing. You click there, nothing. Then you go to another website. They're garbage.
So the first thing I do is I look at a person's website, a business's website, and I tell, let's fix this. We need to do some tweaking. Sometimes we can just do some tweaks. Sometimes it has to be scrapped. I got one right now, a guy who's got a big company. It's kind of an MLM, but it's a cell phone thing, and he was spending a fortune on advertising. He was getting people there and not a single conversion. And I looked at the site and said, no wonder. This will never convert anybody, ever. So we're completely redoing his site. And another one, I had a customer that he had a guy do all these things and he did okay. I said, let me fix this because he's doing some things that Google does not like. I changed it all, wiped out the other sites, fixed his site, and now he came to me last December. He came and said, what are you doing? He goes, you've increased my business by 50% in 1 year. Yeah. I want to hear that all the time. That's great.
Can we do a video testimony?
That's what I do. That's what I do.
A competitor of Paul's, I don't know if it's a competitor or not, interior designer, she came to me and I sold her website a year ago. She was really nervous because everybody got hit so hard with construction and stuff. So she bought that. I said, now we got to market this. Okay. So you had to pay me every month for, I said, it's going to take me 3 months at least. She came to me in May and said, Kelly, I've got phone calls every day. My board is full. I've got work. I'm on the first page. I owe this all to you. He said, would you give me a testimonial? I said, yeah. I was down there in 5 minutes with that camera right there, pointing on that desk. So it's on my website. She's really happy. Now, the funny thing is, that was May, in June she said, well, okay, we don't need to do this anymore. We're going to spend any more money. Don't do this. No, we're good. So it took 4 months, and she was on page 2. It just drops. You can't leave it alone. You can't just let it go. They'll disappear.
Yep.
And so I contacted her last November. You ready to get started again? She goes, yeah. So we got now she's back to page 1. So we know how to do this. So that's good. So all right, thank you very much. If you would, I'll be glad to give you a proposal for these. Just hand these all back in to me if you would. A couple of them here. If you'd like anything else done, maybe this isn't the thing for you. Maybe something else would work. If you want help with marketing your website, you want to do videos, you want to do other things, let me know. I'll be glad to help in any way, shape, or form. Let me know. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
Better than walking around out in the cold looking at garage doors.